It's the TEFL Express podcast, brought to you by TEFL Express, your partner in the world of teaching English as a foreign language. For all the latest and greatest in the world of TEFL training and materials, please visit our website at teflexpress.co.uk. Enjoy the show!
Hi, this is the TEFLCast, and I'm Adam, and we're talking with Heather Chandler. She's been here before and had a few discussions. Heather, can you introduce yourself briefly, please?
I'm Heather Chandler. I have been living in Beijing for around 3 or 4 years, and I'm a manager of a English language learning center.
And how long have you been teaching again?
I've been teaching for around 6 years, and I've been managing for the last year and a half.
So September's coming up, and it seems like there's a large influx in applications in TEFL teaching around September. Do you find that as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's actually kind of unfortunate because, as you know, we have, in our style of teaching, we do have people coming and going all year round, and we do have summer courses as well. So during the months of June and over the summer, it's often a little more difficult to find teachers to work. So in September, we're normally very happy to have a lot of trainers applying, but we wish that more would apply throughout the year.
Right. And why do you think that is? Like, in my head, I always kind of just figured that was, being from Canada, a Western country, you just have it drilled in your head, September's the start of the school year.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the case. People think, even if they're not teachers in their home country, they're thinking, teaching, school, September. But a lot of ESL is, taught after school for children and
right.
In the night times for adults.
So all year you find it's a little slower.
Yeah, well, there's peak times, like we said, they're usually around September and then again around January, because those are the natural semester starting for Western schools.
Come September, you do get that influx of resumes and applications. When you start going through the slush pile, what sort of people do you look for when you're hiring?
Well, you have to have a little bit of a balance. You definitely are looking for people that have the work experience needed for the visa in the area you're in. So currently in China, in Beijing area, you need 2 years teaching experience as well as a bachelor's degree. But in Shanghai, you only need 1.5 years. And in other countries, you need other different experiences. So you have to take that into consideration. But then you also have to try to get to know the personality and really why they want to teach abroad or why they want to live abroad is really important depending on the type of school that you have.
So that's really interesting. You can have different prerequisites within the same country even, like debate different between cities even.
And definitely, yeah.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, so I only know about China from working here, but definitely Beijing and Shanghai have different prerequisites for the work visas for teachers.
All right, so that's very interesting. What sort of requirements do you specifically look for when you're looking at potential employees? What kind of skills or training and backgrounds do you look for?
Well, definitely, like I said, that when I look at a resume for the first time, I'm definitely looking for the requirements needed. So that you need to have a bachelor's degree, teaching experience, and a TEFL course. And then also, you just want to look at the type of education they have. So what bachelor's degree do they have? From what school? Just basic information you would look at any resume. But once you get to the interview stage, it's really, really important to suss out the personality. And like I said, the motivation behind the reason to come abroad is really important. Because a lot of reasons people will leave a company early is because of expectations they had that did not necessarily mesh with the company or with the country.
Right. So you're saying on top of training, or aside from training, I should say, you're saying like personal character is just as important?
Oh, for sure. If somebody is wanting to come over to China, for example, to backpack and really explore Asia, then going to an international school might not really be the best choice if they want to travel all the time. If they want to have big, long travels, then international school is great because their holiday system is more like a Western school.
Right, they're going to get longer periods of time off. And
Yeah, for sure. But if you're going to like an after-school program type of school, it's harder to get weekends off because you generally work on the weekends.
Right.
So if that travel is a big part of your reason for coming, then you want to really look at the person coming needs to look for what is the schedule of the company, what are holidays and vacations.
Right.
And then the company also needs to make sure that those expectations are set for any incoming teachers.
So it really gives the employee something to look for when they're applying. They need to look at what sort of school they're applying to and make sure it meets their demands.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, is it more important to you if you're looking at someone's resume and they have a degree in education or a degree in engineering? Or is that something that's going to hinder a potential interview? Or is that a factor?
For me personally, it's not really a factor. If they have a degree in education, I'm definitely going to ask different types of questions during the interview,
Right.
especially why they want to come abroad to teach and not teach in their home country. But then if somebody has an engineering degree, we definitely, most people in the business don't discriminate against degrees.
Right.
That's just to show that the person has a higher education and that they will go along with the visa requirements.
Right. And ultimately that they're disciplined,
Yeah,
in their
exactly.
work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why that's important. I think the most important